Hello, sweet creatures. I'm Claire. I'm Galaxy Coop all over the internet. And today, I want to try to reconnect with my craft, with my creativity. A little disconnected, not fully, but because I had a surgery and I just need a little bit of a reset, and that's going to include some random crafts. So the first thing we're going to be doing, this is my altered book of altars. It is a grimoire altar book, and it's made to sit on top of my normal altar, which is very small, and act as like a preset stage for types of magic. So I have in here a self-care, love, lunar. I have a prosperity, solar, and then nothing. So I have 2.5 to finish in here. I want to figure out what the other intentions I want them to be, and then I need to get some paper in here and decorate the outside. So that's going to be the main event of today, but there might also be some other time lapses. I wanted to show you some things I was working on right before my surgery that I might use to help me reconnect. So this here is a wall shelf altar that I made out of a wooden house, some cardboard, some foam clay, and some various garbage. And this is going to be on my hot pink wall at the back of my art studio once I get to painting it, which I think will be part of reconnecting to my craft. I want to reconnect to home craft. And I've been making little clay things, so I plan to make more in the future. So this little light guardian snail he's made out of foam clay and acrylic paint and a little battery operated candle. This is like the last thing I worked on right before my surgery. I don't know why I was driven to create this, but I think it might be useful for my recovery. And if you want to see how I made this, I would happily make a video of making one of these altars for you. I just need to know because it is a lot of labor and it's going to take some planning to get all filmed and put together. But speaking of resetting and revisiting things that are unfinished, this is unfinished. I had made a magical clay inkwell to hold a magical pen that I'm going to make into a feather by pulling a cartridge out of either this gel pen or this ballpoint pen. I was going to do black, but I realized there was power in pen colors. So I want to... First, I need to weigh this down because it is far too light now that the clay is dry to hold up the pen. And then I need to paint it and create the magical quill to sit inside. And this will sit inside our little creativity altar. One of the symbols I use in a lot of my artwork is this bat skull. I found it on a 16th century illustration, and I saw it as a sort of artistic ancestor spirit, so I made it with Halloween decoration, a paper Halloween decoration, some pretty plastic and pipe cleaner, all painted up to match the altar. So this is a little altar to creativity to go on my wall, and the disco ball was a must. I'm also considering raising the disco ball. That might be part of today. Then the last thing I want to do for this video that is a hodgepodge of just reconnecting to my craft is picking out a deck to give me a creative quest to guide me along my reconnection. And a lot of this is going to be time-lapsed and voiceovered, so I hope that is okay with you folk. I'm excited to be back. I know I said this last video, but I'm excited to really, really be back. So I glued this button to the bottom of my inkwell to give it more weight, and I ended up selecting the ballpoint pen cartridge because it was lighter weight than the gel pen cartridge. I still have to place the feather just so into the inkwell, but that is okay. I wanted the feather quill and the inkwell to be tapping into juicy magical universe space muse from a magical feather from a space bird. So it's sparkly and blue and it has gold glitters, and the inkwell is hot pink because that is the juiciest color I can think of. And I put stars on the inkwell as well as the feather to tie them together. I then brought the acrylic paint over to the feather too to just dot in some very specific stars, try to make them look random. But yeah, I finished the little inkwell. It is pink, it is cute, it stands up with the pen magical quill in it. I'm redoing The Artist's Way right now. I'm on week 5, and this just felt so pertinent and poignant, and I have a lot of ideas on how I can use this in a ritual to maybe capture some muse. The final thing I did after constructing this feather is just taking some notches out of it, just to make it more interesting than just the vague feather shape. This magical space bird has done magical space bird things and lost this feather, and it's not perfect anymore, and that's part of the charm. So while we let things dry, I'm going to draw some cards from the Art Magic Molly Roberts Creativity Inspiration deck, and hopefully we'll draw something that we can use to guide a art magic project so that I have a direction to go in, just something to work towards, and maybe that'll be our next video. And if it's not our next video, I will report back and let you know where the inspiration took me. Now you can see these cards are just gorgeous, first off, but also very bright and colorful. So I know the colors associate with different elements, but I'm gonna try to avoid just picking one based on the color and try to just cut the deck and pull, I think maybe 3 cards out, and we will think of a direction to go. So I'm just gonna close my eyes and cut the deck here. My eyes are still closed. Got one. Shuffle again because I looked. I had to see where I was going. Cut the deck here. 2. 3. Okay. So what do we have here? Play. Play is powerful. Turn loose your kaleidoscope spirit with fun and make-believe. Rambunctious play is the juicy elixir that rehydrates a parched heart and teases out your genius. Your unbothered joy bursts into being by consulting the evergreen kid within and granting your own wild wishes. So how are we going to play? Riding lunar waves. Ride the rhythm of the moon to enchant your creative efforts. Take cues from the lunar phase to cast art spells, gather materials, or arrange kismet collaborations. Pour energy into projects as the moon waxes. Complete projects with the waning phase and bathe in lunar beams. lastly, make a mandala. So that's something that's super fun. I was actually thinking about making a mandala for my creative, what's the right word? It's like an art journal that I have for my art therapy course I'm taking. Invite the golden glow of good fortune into your space with gratitude and robust appreciation. Carefully consider the fullness of all your blessings and envision radical new streams of prosperity for yourself and the community. Cook up nourishing expressions of comfort and bounty to welcome abundance into your home and heart. Oh, that's a very specific project. So a home mandala for gratitude, blessings, and community. I love that. If you want this to be the project for the next video, I would love to hear your feedback. Otherwise, my mind is churning with the mandala. Also, play. I do kind of want to make a video playing with my watercolors and playing with my Cat's Garden series of paintings. I'll pull one out right now. I want to introduce you all to all of the creatures that live within my cat's garden and paint a big painting of one of these for you. They're sparkly, they're fun. There's a cat. He's modeled after my cat, Minky, and this whole painting series is about a celebration of biodiversity and small creatures that the cat is viewing from within its house. So if you want to see that, let me know too. I really want to share. I'm just not sure if anyone would want to watch. So let me know. And then writing lunar waves. I used to start an art spell or make like an art spell inside my grimoire or for my wall every new moon, and there's a new moon coming up this weekend, so maybe that's my artist date for the week. But I will share next video my lunar waves. Next video, we're probably gonna make a mandala for my wall because I want to practice some home magic. I said that at the beginning of the video. So this video is kind of all over the place. Let me know what you think. We're going to keep going with the all over the place video, and we're gonna have some finished things at the end, I promise. For the remaining sections of the Altered Book of Altars, I wanted to do yellow and purple as the colors, so I've selected a couple of papers. They are a washi paper for the solid color and a printed scrapbooking paper for a not solid color for the top. And the goal is to keep this book very thin. I don't want it to get thick and chunky because it won't stand up and be a good platform for candle magic or charging things. Now, I ran into some issues with my recording. I don't know why it's choppy like this, so you're gonna miss out on some of this, but for the blue section that I already had in, I added a triskel, and for the yellow section, I put my light my creative fire, a sunflower, a bee, a butterfly, trying to get some like fiery, passionate, creative juices, and I thought this sunny yellow was just the perfect place for it. And for this one, I went a little crazy, adding a vine all around. Now the purple section I want to use as a divination, intuition, sight space, because I use a lot of that in my practice, so I want a space to do that sort of magic. I'm creating the platform for the blue section, moving back and forth between sections, adding some gouache and watercolor, and I am really obsessed with how the blue section turned out, and it's all about harmony. Now, for the cover, I added this strip of fabric, hot glued it on to cover the fabric edge that was like neon green on the book originally. I added some ribbons to tie it closed, and then I'm going to start decorating a paper. This is another washi paper. I just wanted to keep the textures the same since all of the internal elements included a washi paper, and I'm using a Pigment powder watercolor for this. I will link the shop I got them at below. No pressure. I'm not sponsored. I just love her stuff. It's a handmade watercolor powdered pigment with salt, and it has these beautiful, interesting colors and effects. So I just went crazy with it on this paper, and I'm also going to be sprinkling it with some gold shimmery mica powder watercolor, just to add some pizzazz, some wow factor. I'm going to dab away some of the salt because it does get kind of thick. And lastly, I sprayed it with a alcohol ink I made with an India ink, watered down with some alcohol, just to add some more texture to that watercolor. It's much more purple in person. The camera didn't really capture the purple, and the washi paper really likes to absorb that water, so I'm taking a good amount of time to get it dry and usable so we can glue it to our cover. And we're gonna cut the covers the same way we cut the internal pieces, and that's it. We're done. Okay, so a little bit of a chaotic video, but I feel excited to create and work in my grimoire again and work on sending magical snail mail again. I feel like I have more inspiration, so here are some final looks. I made a magical quill for penning more creativity into my life with its magical hot pink inkwell, and this will live inside of this creativity altar with the snail and the disco ball. And how fun! It's just so much fun. I love the sparkle, I love the shine, I love the stars and the hot pink. Please focus. There we go. I just love it. And I used the Molly Roberts Art Magic Inspiration deck, and next week we're going to make a mandala to get back into some home craft. I'm going to make a mandala to go on a wall or potentially a door to do some home craft. And finally, we finished my altered book of altars, a grimoire full of altars. I'm very proud of myself that I kept it slim. I'm proud that it stayed so slim. I am excited to use it. I'm probably going to use the yellow page. I have a confession. My home altar is still set for Yule. It's still set for Yule because my knee surgery was the day before in bulk, and I haven't reset it. So let's do a flip through of this altered book of altars. We'll start at the beginning. There really is no beginning or end to this, but this is the one I had in here before. A lovely self-care or love magic spread. I have a solar abundance spread, and these will sit on my altar against the wall for candle magic or placing something to charge, just as a way to set a stage. I'm actually going to back you up a bit so you can get the full effect. Yeah, to set the stage. And the reason it needed to stay so thin, I probably said this in the voiceover, was because of its need to be able to stay open like this. A harmony one, which I think might be my favorite. I'm not sure. It's so fun. It's so pretty. I love the swirl for the charging and the triskel. I love the colors for this one. And then you flip it around. It's not going to stay open for the other two spreads. A growth, a passion, a summertime, springtime, abundant energy spell page. I didn't add a word to this one. I want to leave it more open-ended, but I love that I've added my Light My Creative Fire sigil here and the sunflower acting as our little charging plate. I'll give you some close-ups. It's shiny. I may add more to this in the future. And then our sight page for some divination, some intuition, some insight into whatever I need insight into. I have the candle lighting the way from both ends. I have fireflies. I have this eye sigil and another eye over my moon sigil. And it's better than I thought I would have done. I think I got hung up on knowing the right thing to do for this one, and I was filming this and posting it on TikTok at the time. I no longer post on TikTok, but you can find videos under my page if you want to see more stuff from me. If you want to see other stuff from me on other places on the internet, you can follow me there. I'm Galaxy Coop all over the internet. If you want to see more stuff from me here, you have to like and subscribe. I try to post every 2 weeks, and I do art and witchcraft and art witchcraft. So I hope you liked this little reconnection video. I'm excited to be back in the world. It feels like I'm coming alive again, and I hope that was conveyed here. Thank you so much for watching and for being here, and we'll talk again soon. Goodbye.